When I was younger, I was good at telling funny stories in front of my friends. Like the story about my ex-boyfriend who showed up for our first date wearing a coat that made him look exactly like Santa Claus. As he walked towards me from a distance, he slowly unbuttoned his coat one button at a time, as if to say, "Don't worry, I'm actually wearing cool clothes underneath." The visual shock. I used to joke around with my friends all the time. I was also in a dance group performing girls' hip-hop at weddings, football stadiums, temples, and all sorts of unexpected places to earn some pocket money. Then we'd spend that money going out to have nice food together and meet up on weekends sometimes to practice dancing. As I got older though, making friends became harder. Then I moved to the UK, which didn't help. Part of it is because I work from home and don't really have any activities that naturally connect me with people. But even so, there were people who openly said they wanted to be friends with me, a girl crush material, and everyone has always been warm towards me. If anything, people were more curious about me because I was from another country. So I think if I had simply opened my heart, I probably could have made some friends. Was it the language barrier or just looking different? Maybe to some extent, but after living in the UK for long enough, those things didn't come across as obstacles. The real issue is that the process of becoming friends is so different from Korea. Even now, I still haven't been able to get used to it. Since I can do everything with my husband, not having friends doesn't really make my life difficult. But sometimes, every now and then, I miss those moments of sitting with a friend, talking about everything that's in your heart, and laughing genuinely. I didn't realize how precious those moments were back then. Looking back now, I've realized you cannot recreate that kind of comfort over a video call, nor can you become that close to someone so easily. At least from my experience. In the UK, you can't immediately jump into funny personal stories or start venting the way you often can in Korea. In Korea, people naturally become close by talking about their friends, family, or dating lives. But in the UK, if you suddenly share something that personal with someone you barely know, the response is more like, "Oh right, yeah, I see. You okay now though, yeah?" It's very polite and distant. I guess people usually start with safe, surface level conversations and avoid talking much about their personal lives. Then, as time passes and trust slowly builds, they gradually begin sharing more personal things. As I'm quite the opposite, I like to pull people in and become close quickly. So it leaves me thinking, how long am I supposed to go up in this friendship ladder to talk about what's really in my mind? And honestly, I think it was those surface level conversations itself that stopped me from ever getting further than the stage. By surface level, I mean conversations about topics that are completely harmless, won't offend anyone. There's nothing wrong with them, but they are not tying me to anyone either. Maybe expecting to find a best friend as a Korean after moving all the way to the UK could be too much. Some Koreans might think it's natural to become close with other Koreans here. I've always admired foreigners who crack jokes in broken English and seem completely comfortable being themselves. Like my old sister, when she's talking with me and my husband over video calls, she never worries about speaking perfect English or following any social rules. She'll just laugh and say things like, "Rowan, what's wrong? You look tired." Sometimes I wonder if I could have made more friends here if I'd been more like her. Maybe I'm just too serious. Sometimes I think me fighting to survive in Liverpool by absorbing their English and their culture made me lose my own color.